Hello YouTube, RHJF back in with another video, and today's video is about the Combat Improvements beta. As you can see, this is the very big thing on the front page right now. If you do not go to the front page because you play in a client, I would heavily suggest going to the home page and reading about this. And as you can see, there is going to be a Combat Improvements beta, which they are going to be having. I do believe you can access the servers right now, so if you want to go on there and check it out, I would heavily suggest it. And here's just a list of some of the things that are going to be added. Special attacks, that is right, they are in fact coming back. All the weapons that did have special attacks before EOC, including God Swords, Dragon Daggers, something like that, they will all have special abilities, and you will have to use Adrenaline to access the special ability. So that is pretty awesome, and it's something that PvPers and a lot of other people that did the PKing have been asking for, and it's something that will definitely, hopefully, bring them back. And because special attacks were like the biggest thing before the evolution of combat, and they were what was basically all of PvP was based around. So when you had that special attack, that was basically when you killed somebody, unless you were doing a deathmatch, and obviously they ran out of supplies and stuff. But besides that point, basically special attacks were the focus of combat before the evolution of combat and when they were taken out of the game. But the second one, which I'm probably more excited for myself, is this thing that they're going to be implementing where currently Momentum uses some abilities. It only uses like 3 or 4 depending on which combat style you're using, range, mage, or melee. But this they're proposing will use your abilities as they are in your ability bar, but you won't have to sit there and actually use them. You will just turn on this momentum, and it will use the abilities as you would, but you won't have to do it. So it would be, as they even say, perfect for Slayer and lower level bosses where you're not actually, like for instance, it wouldn't work at Bandos very well, but if you're going to kill Necreals for a Slayer task, it would be much better for that. And so that's probably what I'm most excited for out of all these releases. Some of the other things, Momentum Plus, which is sort of tied into this revolution, is just going to be the same thing, but that they're just touching on that again. Ability queuing, which will probably be really good for bosses. It allows you to use that ability, like queue it up, basically, so when it comes back, so you could use, say your Assault is like one ability from being back, you use another ability, and then you click Assault, and as soon as your other ability is done, you will use Assault, which could be pretty cool, and it will help remove the time wasted in between abilities. So that would be pretty cool. It'd be interesting how that implemented and if it works well. But yeah, so now moving on to the next one, action bar setups. Probably it's more for people that don't really understand most of the abilities, like myself. I really only stand the melee ones. Range I don't really understand too much because I haven't used much of. Mage I understand alright, but maybe this was something I'd look into for range just to get a basic idea of all the range abilities and what they do. But it's basically going to fill your ability bar with what Jagex would say is just a basic setup, and so it'll basically just teach you to use abilities A, and B, what ones you might want to use and what ones you don't think are very good, and then you can switch them around from there, but it just gives you a general baseline. This other thing, which is really interesting to me, is so in the past you've had to click on everything that you want to equip from your inventory, which as we know, when you're spam clicking all your stuff, sometimes the click doesn't register and you don't put that item on, and then maybe you get smacked for a high hit when you're bossing and you have to switch equipment and prayers, and you're stuck in your melee gear when he hits a mage hit, something like that. So what this is saying is you just would hit a button and it would automatically equip, say, your full Torva or whatever else is in your inventory, and this would also be very useful for bosses like Nex, for instance, where you have to take multiple setups, range, melee, mage, where you have to switch on the fly. So that is also pretty cool. And this other thing right here, they're going to be making adjustments to hopefully bring PvP back to RuneScape 3, which might bring some of the 07 players back as well. And they will be making adjustments and rebalances to things like stuns, incoming damage, PvP minigames, and removing global cooldown on weapon switching, which I'm not too familiar with. So if you do know about that, just let me know in the comments, because I'm not too familiar with what that is. Mostly because probably I don't switch combat styles too much. So let me know. But that is what this update is. Overall, I think is really good update. Abilities and special attacks, more what is what I meant, have been a long time coming, and everyone's been asking for them. Even when, like this whole time, I've seen threads in the combat stuff for special attacks, and Jagex finally went out and did it. So that is really awesome. And this other revolution, that's what I'm most excited for, as I said, because I've been grinding a bit of Slayer, and just hitting all the abilities all the time just gets a bit tasking, and sometimes you want to turn on momentum, but it just doesn't cut it. So thank you guys for watching. I would like to know you guys' opinions on this update as well. Maybe you've tried the beta. I have not yet. I just got home. So if you've tried the beta, let me know how it is, how you like it, and maybe I'll jump on there and make a video about that too. But I would just like to say thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, maybe this video informed you a little bit, please leave a like. Other people will find the video from the likes, and just helps me out, and it makes me feel good, and just stuff like that. So if this is the first video you have seen from me, you could subscribe as well. You'll be notified of all my other content that I do bring out. And hopefully tomorrow will be a money making guide. That's what I'm thinking. I have it already planned out. I just need to go and do it. So that's pretty much it for me, guys. Be sure to like if you did enjoy, subscribe as I said, and as always, have a nice day.